Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we have an in-depth review of the New Balance Hesi Low. These came out a while ago and I just thought they were really ugly, so I didn't get any. And then when they came out with this new colorway, I thought they looked awesome, and so I've been playing in them for a while, and there's definitely some downsides to these. They're not my favorite shoe ever, but there's a few things that make them pretty good. And the main thing is just the price. For the price, these are a great budget option, especially if you're willing to go to the other colorways. Some of those are down to around $70 now. This one is, I believe, 105 or 110. On the traction, there is some clear rubber and some solid rubber, and it's a herringbone pattern. Initially, just by looking at it, I wasn't sure how it was going to do. I didn't really have high hopes, but the traction on this is one of the highlights. It was awesome, just as good as anything that's come out this year. And at times I was surprised by how hard it was biting, which is great, especially because I was on kind of a crappy floor. The squeak is not very loud. Some of the time it was like there was no squeak at all, and then every once in a while I would make a cut and there'd be a loud high-pitched squeak. Durability wise, I think this should last pretty well even on an outdoor court. So this will be a good option for outdoor and indoor use. And it'll last pretty well as far as the traction and the upper material. I'm not sure how this foam is gonna do. It'll probably bottom out pretty quickly. So on the cushioning, we have fuel cell foam. And if you look on the New Balance website, that is supposed to be for added propulsion. But these are so flat, and I did not feel any added propulsion. They're not very bouncy, so that's definitely a downside, just the cushioning setup. It didn't feel uncomfortable, except for if you were having heavy impact, because then I could feel it bottom out. If I took a big jump, landed on my heel, I could feel the ground. So that wasn't great. It is lightweight, and so I felt fast in these, and making cuts and everything felt pretty good, but it definitely wasn't bouncy at all. The other thing with these is I had a lot of foot pain in the lateral side around midfoot. And I think that's just because there's arch support on the lateral side, and that always messes with me because the lateral side of my foot is extremely flat. And on the other side, my arches are extremely high, so I kind of just have weird feet. So that might be fixed with an insole added. The insole in here, however, does feel pretty good. It's nice and soft. And I think something else that is probably adding to my foot pain in these, my feet just got really tired really fast and did not feel good. So it's from that arch support on the lateral side, and then also there is no shank plate in here. And so there's a lot of torsional movement. So if you're an older player or a heavier player, these aren't giving you very much support, especially torsionally, and that can wear out your feet really fast and lead to problems. On the uppers, we have full synthetic, and it's comfortable, and the reinforced parts in the forefoot are this felt material, and the containment was really good. The breathability was good, but it wasn't great. You can see through this material, there's quite a bit of airflow, but some of it is closed off by this felt material, which seems like it gets pretty hot. And then in the midfoot, the material is thick and there's not a lot of airflow in those important places in the midfoot. So another highlight on these is the lockdown. The heel has a solid counter and then this TPU material that comes all the way up and thick padding in the back. So it locks in your heel really well. And then the lockdown with the lacing system and the tongue feels comfortable. Got this partial booty on the tongue that holds it in place really well. So the comfort of the uppers is great and the lockdown is great. These fit true to size with some extra space in the toe box, but not enough extra space that you would want to go down half a size. I don't think that would work for anybody, just because the rest of the shoe through the midfoot and the heel is a nice tight fit. Overall, I would say these are not great for heavy players or just players that need some extra support, like the torsional support. But they are a great shoe for lighter players. They're not super responsive, but the containment and traction is great. And I think the durability is going to be a plus on these. Aside from this foam, I think that there's a chance it could bottom out pretty quickly, and then you're just not going to have a lot of impact protection. If you like this video, stay tuned. We got another New Balance shoe coming up with the Kauai 4. And my first impressions of that shoe are really good. I think it's going to be a great shoe.